All right, welcome back to the channel. So in today's video, it's going to be more of a discussion. It's going to be a long form video. And I really want to just unpack what I would actually do if I needed to make $10,000 per month from YouTube affiliate marketing. This is what I would do. So we're going to unpack this. I'm going to show you that this still works in 2025. We're almost going into 2026. And this still can work. We're going to put together some different strategies, and I'm going to kind of show you how what worked 5 years ago, a lot of the same principles still work today, but I would even try to be a little bit more specific in ways you're focused on the audience or the user customer avatar that I'm going after, instead of just trying to get a bunch of views and so forth, because views don't actually necessarily mean money. You want to reach your target audience, your target customer. It depends on if you're selling coaching services, or if you're selling courses, or if you're an affiliate like what I teach, just signing up for really good software and then going out and promoting that works as well. So I just want to go over some of the proof. Like, does this still work? Yeah, look at the total earnings right here. Like, we have $1,200 right here. Very consistent. We had a $360 day just a couple of days ago. And you can see we're starting to really, because we're putting out more content on this, on one of my YouTube channels. You can see another $340 day right there. Boom, boom. So we went from literally like $0 days to now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 days in a row, starting to make money on that account. And this is just selling software. Okay. Then we come over here. You want to sell, make money online, niche. You want to promote those types of softwares. I haven't made a video or promoted anything in probably almost a month for Warrior Plus. And you can still see we're still making $1,700 right over here in the last 30 days, $225 the last 7 days. Today we made $47 sale right there. So this actually works. And come in here, go into affiliate, go into stats over here, and just go over here, and we can just look at year to date, for example, almost $40,000 that we made just this year. And then when we go over here and look at all time, you'll see that we're at 87,000 right there. So almost like getting up there to almost about what, 40 to 45% of the earnings that I've made on this account have come from this year and this in 2025. And so, it still works. The way that I teach how to do this absolutely still works and can be done. And that's what we're going to be unpacking. And then last thing over here, was Black Friday. I put together like one video, promoted one of my favorite softwares. It's called Koala AI. And you can see right over here, we have $1,700 unpaid. We have $12,600 that has been paid. Total earned $14,400 right there. And you can see just all these different pending commissions right over here. And we're talking good commissions, $88. People are paying $300 for the software. I'm getting 30% commission, which is respectable. $88, and $88, it just keeps going. $88. Look at all those $88 sales right there. Those really count. They really help. You can come over here and actually look that in the month of November, we made $1,500, and that is from one software that I'm selling that's not on Warrior Plus, it's not AppSumo. It's, this is literally just an affiliate program of a software that I like, and I go out and I make videos on it, and then I make money from that. So that's essentially what I teach, but I want to really pick this apart and dive in even further. But if you are interested in working with me, getting on live calls, we actually have a call coming. We'll go into the classroom. Actually, we'll go into community right here. You can see tomorrow, if you're seeing this video and it's Tuesday, December 2nd, we have a call on December 3rd. So tomorrow in 24 hours, we have an accelerator call. You'll be able to get on there. It's a Q&A. I can review your YouTube channel. I can give you advice and so forth. It's a very low cost way to actually work with me and work with the community. And, you get to come in here, you get to look at our quick wins right over here, 17,000 views on a faceless YouTube channel, if that's what you're going after right there, $50 commission right over here, 20,000 subscribers on one of my channels. We've got Gary making almost $1,000 on Warrior Plus and JV Zoo in the month of November. He'll be coming up with his update post probably for how well he did in November. That was in October, I believe. And you can just see all the successes that people are having inside of the community with YouTube and affiliate marketing. So I'd love to have you come and join and be our next student. Right now, the price is literally $27. It should be $100. It should be $200. And you can get in for just $27. So go ahead and click the link below. Go check out the YouTube Affiliate Accelerator. If you want to get serious about your online business, you want to learn how to do affiliate marketing and with free traffic and do YouTube the right way, then come and join the community. So what I would do if I was starting out right now is I would go and I would like write down as many interests as you can think of that are your interests, right? Your personal interest. And this could be, marketing. It could be very specific. It could be email marketing, for example, right? It could be software, but it doesn't have to just be software. It could be AI writing software, right? So AI writing software or blogging or SEO. These are all different niches within, software is just a massive blanket market. It's a topic. And what I would suggest is not really going in, even though I've had success on one of my channels called LearnWire, I wouldn't necessarily suggest you get into just reviewing software and it doesn't matter what niche it in. I would actually be specific and choose a small niche, not like a tiny niche, but something small, specific. We want to be very specific, okay? Because that's going to allow us to grow faster at a faster rate and you're going to be able to find that customer avatar much quicker when you're creating a bunch of content that is repeatable, something that is unlimited and so forth, right? So you're going to write down a bunch of your topics. I mean, literally this could be yoga, right? It's self-explanatory what yoga is. That's going to be your niche, right? But within yoga, depending on how much search volume it has, if it has 10 million or 50 million search volume, then you can probably find a sub niche within yoga that you could go into as well. This could be cooking, but some sub niches of that could be, keto, and then maybe even like right here, carnivore diet, or maybe, a veggie based keto diet, something like that, right? You could get really specific, or reduction, inflammatory diet, or reduce inflammation diet. There's so many things that you can do that's targeting and gets more specific that you can go out and do keyword research on and create videos on. Okay. So write down what you're interested in. And this one, maybe we will go in and I'm going to pick something software related because that's what I'm really good at. But again, you could use any of these examples, but we're going to go with like AI writing software or something like that. Now, another thing, so if you're software driven, like right here, right? That's the first step. You got to pick something, right? But let's just say software is something. Like most people are interested in something, because even if there's probably yoga software out there, there's cooking, there's keto software, right? So even if you are interested in some of these other topics over here, there's always a software to go along with it. And you could always, be an affiliate for one of those popular softwares. Okay. So what you could do now is you could go into either ChatGPT or even Perplexity. So we'll go and try Perplexity, and we can go in here and we can say something like, give me 10 sub niches for a YouTube channel talking about AI content, AI writing, and AI SEO content writers. Something like that, right? So we're going to go and we're going to get specific here. Another thing that you can do is you can go to like a site like this. You could go to this g2.com and you could go over to software, and it does a nice job at breaking software up into massive apparent niches. So if you don't know what to type into Perplexity or ChatGPT, that's fine. Just go in here and you could start with one of these massive parent topics right over here, hosting or something like that. And then you could say, hey, give me sub niches. But they already kind of did that for us as well, because we could come in here and we could say like content management, for example. I could click on that and you can see that there's all these other subtopics inside of there. Right over here for content management, there's digital asset management, there's knowledge management. Let's see right over here. That's not the one that I want to go with. I want to go with, it might be like SEO or something like that, maybe marketing. There's artificial intelligence, of course. You have your chat bot, you have your deep learning generative AI. That might be something that we're really interested in. Like you could go in AI writing assistant. That's probably the one right there. And then there's also marketing. So look at all these marketing, email marketing, event management, marketing analytics. So you have all these SEO tools, could be a really good one as well. But I'm going to go with back to AI. I'm going to go back over into AI writing assistant right here. And then what you're going to be able to do is going to pull up a bunch of different tools, and you could go and really start researching these as well. So there's a lot that you can do right there. Let's go back to Perplexity and see what it came up with for us right now. So it said, here's 10 targeted sub niches you could use for a YouTube channel focused on AI content, AI writing, and AI SEO content writing. So we have AI tool tutorials, right? So perfect. Like right here, you could literally just do tutorials, AI tool tutorials, step-by-step demos of popular AI writers. Jasper's not popular in my opinion anymore. Neither is Copy AI, but ChatGPT, Claude, I'm going to probably start another YouTube channel where because I'm a semi-expert on ChatGPT, Claude, Gemini, Gronk, and all those different tools, and how you can apply that to small business, how you can apply that to being a YouTuber, how you can apply that to marketing tactics and email marketing and so forth. And they're updating their software, these large language models like Claude and ChatGPT on daily, right? So you have unlimited content, you have millions of people potential in your market that you can reach. And so that's a great example right here. So, but the step right here that I'm really kind of wanting you to open your mind up to is, instead of just doing software reviews like XYZ review, ABC review, product X review. That's how I've kind of built a brand for myself on my LearnWire channel, and it worked. But in a sense, you want to stay in your lane as well as you broaden out and just review productivity softwares, AI content writing softwares, YouTube softwares. You don't really build that very passionate audience, because someone might really like one video that you put out, but then your next 10 videos are not in that sub niche. And so you're not going to get that view from that subscriber, if that makes sense, right? So the more specific you can be and stay within that topic, you'll build a very powerful YouTube asset and YouTube audience. So that's what I would do, a little bit different than what I did 5 years ago. And then right here, you remember, you don't have to do product X review in all of your titles. That's an SEO search-based strategy. What you can do is you can just do tutorials, right? So you can just go in and show people how to use the software and not really call it a review. You can just put tutorial in your title and not really be like a software reviewer in a sense. That's also a great strategy. I would like for one of my students to go in there and maybe try that out and just do tutorials and not technical reviews, and see how well that works. A lot of this comes down to testing as well. I just want you to be aware of that. You need to be willing to test different title strategies, different thumbnail strategies, different content strategies, and gather that data, gather that information. And when something works, oh, that title worked, I can create content like that every time, but that title seems to work, I'm going to do more of that. But if you don't go out and take action and get your first 30 videos up, get your first 90 videos up, then you're not going to have any data to go off of. You're not going to really know, like, oh, when I create videos with these two words in the title, they typically tend to do better. So I'm going to create more videos like that. When I create a video like this, I get more subscribers. That's telling me that people are really interested in this. They like that content, so they're subscribing to the channel. So you want to pay attention to the important metrics, the important analytics on your YouTube channel, and don't get bogged down at just looking at every stat. It's not that important. What's important is that you're taking action and you're repeating the process when something does stick, when something does get a lot of views, when something does get a lot of subscribers, okay? You have prompt engineering. You could create an entire channel just on prompt engineering, which is kind of a subtopic of this topic. It's a subtopic of ChatGPT and Claude and Gemini. And now you can just do prompt engineering and teach people how to use these tools better. So it's kind of a crossover right there. Then you have AI for bloggers, optimizing and ranking blog content using AI SEO tools. So this would be very specific to people that are writing content for their websites and they're using AI to get it done. This could be a very specific niche as well. Faceless content automation, right? So if you want to teach people how to create, and I know that this is a really good niche, but it's also very competitive, right? So you have a lot of these AI and freelance copywriting, weekly AI tool reviews. That's great too. You could just do, and this would be a great one. If you only can do one video a week, maybe you go and you find out from all these different popular sites. One of them's Futurepedia. There's an AI for that. There's these different sites that already do the curation for you. They already put together really good content and summarizations, and they already are plugged into this, and that you can let them kind of do the hard work and all the research, and you could go out there and pick a couple tools from every site and say, hey, here's this week's winners. And then you could go into a 3-minute recap of each one and make a video about it. Chances are, and roundups, people love roundup videos just like they like roundup articles on websites. That could be a really good one. And this strategy right here would be great for 1 or 2 videos a week type of channel. AI and content marketing strategies like email marketing, content planning, writing, distribution, case studies and experiments. Dive deep into a strategy and then make videos on it. AI-powered niche website building. So you could be very specific at, and the way that my eye see is that this one is similar to this one, AI for bloggers. So I would almost combine the two. I would create a website, use AI content writer, and build a website and then report that back. It's kind of like a building in public. It's kind of like a case study, if you will, that you're documenting in public on YouTube, and then ethical and responsible content creation. So some of these cross over. Now what you could do is you could come in here and you could say, list these from least compared to most. And so we'll let Perplexity decide what it thinks is more competitive out of the niches that it just gave us. And now it's going to go ahead and order these. So the least competitive is the ethical and responsible content, case studies and examples, AI and freelance copywriting. That one would be great. Prompt engineering, faceless content automation, AI-powered niche website, AI and content marketing, AI for bloggers, weekly AI tools, and AI tools. So these ones are going to be competitive, and I can tell you that they are competitive because my LearnWire channel used to get 1,000 views every video, and now sometimes I struggle to even get 500 views. It is more competitive. I wouldn't necessarily recommend you go into that niche as a new YouTuber. So why don't you take one of these first 5 right over here? These 3 right here stand out with me. They stand out at me. These 3 right here. Definitely these 2 would be the easier ones. Faceless content automation, you're going to need to have another channel. So you're going to almost need to be running 2 channels because you're going to need to have an actual faceless content automation channel, or you're going to have to hire someone, and even hiring a team and doing all that is still going to take time and money to manage. Go out there and get results, and then you can go out and start teaching this stuff, and then you could get, create a school community and bring people in so they can get access to your course and maybe some live Q&As and so forth. So this one is very monetizable, but you do need to at least be able to lead by example, in my opinion, and show that it does work because what you teach works, or what you know works. So that one would be, I think, a little bit harder to pull off. You would need at least 2 channels. One is your faceless automation channel, and then the next one is going to be your educational YouTube content channel where you're actually teaching people what you know. And I see a lot of content creators doing this right there. So just pick one of these, right? You pick one of them, and then what you're going to do. So for example, let's just say AI and freelance copywriting. Let's just do prompt engineering. Let's just do that one. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over to ChatGPT, and we're going to open up ChatGPT now. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to say, I'm creating a new YouTube channel about boom. Okay. I want to share prompt engineer techniques on ChatGPT, Claude AI, Google Gemini, Notebook, LM, and let's see, maybe ideogram is a good one, and how I create amazing prompts. So you're going to put something like this in there, change it to your desire. What you can get specific with the prompt engineering depending on what niche you're in. But for me, I'm still going to be in kind of AI, still going to be in, small business, YouTube channel, stuff like that. And so we're going to push enter. I'm just going to put that in. That's a killer niche and massive upside in 2025 plus, especially if you're positioning yourself as a prompt engineer for entrepreneurs and creators rather than generic AI tutorial channels. So see how we got some specific here, and it's liking that. We're choosing a lane instead of just being like a prompt engineer and I'm going to just talk about everything. We're actually being very specific. So below is a structured blueprint to help you launch, grow fast. So channel names, it's going to give us some channel names right here. Your angle, we have all these right here, channel promise, content structure, agent style prompts, and there's a lot, growth style, strategy, content angle. So it already just spit out all this stuff. Like this prompt replaces 2,000 a month assistant right here. Look, it's already giving us all these content ideas right here. And then what we can do, cool, this is fantastic info. Thanks. Now create my first 10 videos that are catchy and viral and clickbait. I always put that in there, and you don't have to put that, but I like to. I want to just really be almost like flamboyant with my title so that it's going to get the click, and then you can deliver. You can deliver that great content, but you want to, and that's just the way that YouTube works these days. But you don't have to put that in there. You can just leave that word out right there. And then what I would like to do, each title needs to be 65 characters or less. And then I'm just going to go like that. That's it. That's all you have to do. 65 characters or less is kind of where I arrived at. I used to be 70 characters or less, but then I think it even needed to be 65. So I made that change recently. Shorter titles tend to do better from what I've, in my experience, and most YouTube experts would also agree with that. So this prompt replaced my entire content team in saying results. Stop writing scripts manually. The prompt I use, so look at a lot of this is prompt. ChatGPT versus Claude, one prompt that changes everything. Use this Gemini prompt. So a lot of it prompt. You're telling YouTube that you create prompts on your channel. You could use this entire chat string that we just created, and you could just come in here and say, okay, cool, give me 10 more, give me 10 more, give me 10 more. And this can literally be your assistant to create. And now you don't have to go out and do a bunch of research. Is what's so cool about this title strategy is that these titles, YouTube's going to find your audience for you. It's going to find an audience that naturally watches content like this already. And so you don't have to go out there and do a bunch of research. And then the more you become an expert at ChatGPT, at Claude, at Gemini, you're going to be able to just look at one of these titles, and a lot of times when you become an expert at something, you will be able to already have that idea in your head of what you want to talk about. And that's when just content is flowing off you, and it's amazing. But you don't always have to do that either. What you can do is you could go and find about 5 channels that are similar to what you want to do. You could plug them in here as well and say, hey, create based on their last 30 videos, give me 10 titles that's similar. And then you could also say reference each video, give me the link. And then you could create a spreadsheet, and you would be able to go out there and actually click on the video, watch their video for research purposes, and then go out there and make a better video after you watch the video. So there's no limit on the possibilities of what you can do, but this is what I would do. I still would, so we come back to my original question about what I'm doing in this video here. This is, if I needed to make $10,000 a month from YouTube affiliate marketing, I do this. Now, it's not going to happen overnight. And I'm just going to be real with you. It's kind of a heart to heart, but so I've had some students come in and be like, hey, my goal is $10,000 a month. How many months till I get there, right? This is a strategy that, like, unless you already have a massive authority and expertise, a massive email list, or you're renowned, get up on stage. So yeah, you will need to build this up from the ground up. And it can take between 1 and 3 months to start making steady money. It's going to start off slow, right? Make your first $10 in one day, then consistently make $10 in a day, then move that up to $20 a day, consistently make that $20 a day, and then continue to move that up. And then a really nice milestone or marker is when you can start making $100 per day, because that's $3,000 per month. And a lot of people like that, that's like a full-time job. And that's when you can start getting more serious. And eventually, if you take it serious enough, you could actually start making enough money to do this full time, right? And that's what kind of the dream is. Now, it is definitely possible, but you do need to set your realistic expectations from the start. And I think that that's when you're going to get the most out of this online entrepreneurship journey that you're going to go on. So remember, if you want to join my community right now, it's at the lowest price it's ever been. Go click the first link below. Love to have you join the YouTube Affiliate Accelerator program and start your journey. This is the perfect time to
to join the community, get the help, get the education that you need, take all the courses, and digest all the content and gear yourself towards starting in January. Start that YouTube channel finally, start that YouTube affiliate marketing journey where you can start building a side hustle income. There's so many things you could do with that money when you start making that side income. And then eventually, some people actually get to do this full time. I've been doing this full time for over 5 years now, 6 figures each year. And so it has been proven that it's been very consistent for me. And that could be the case for other people too. So that's what I would do. It wouldn't be much different than what I'm doing than what I did 5 years ago when I started. It's just that I would be a little bit more specific about the YouTube channel that I create. And maybe I take a topic and then I dive into a little bit more specific topic. And then I hammer home, and then I find what's working, and then I rinse and repeat, and I promote just a handful of very high quality softwares that I use in myself and my business. That's the formula, and that's the strategy that I would use if I had to start making $10,000 a month. So thanks for joining me in this video, and I will see you in the next one.